Welcome to my channel. Please enjoy the video.
Honey, y'all get in here and get this tea, because at this point, Bobby Brown's sister lashed out at his wife and told her to stop the damn lying. At this point, Leola Brown is exposing this woman, and I think at this point, Leola Brown is over all the bullshit, and to be quite frankly and honest, I am as well. I kind of felt that Alicia was fake and phony from the very beginning. Quick disclaimer, everything on Sweetie TV's YouTube channel and in this video is all alleged until proven otherwise. And at this point, guys, we can throw the shit out the window because y'all already know Leola comes hard and Leola comes honest. Explosive Talk Radio released a statement that Bobby Brown's sister lashed out at his wife and she told her to stop the damn lying, Alicia. And in her own words, don't you all believe Alicia talking about my niece Bobby Christina and my nephew Bobby Jr.? Enough is a damn enough of all the faking now. Bobby Jr. was not even allowed in his own father's home because of Alicia's ass. Leola went on to say that Bobby Jr. was not even allowed in his own father's home because of Alicia. Leola furtherly went on to say that she had a witness he had nowhere to go in LA because Alicia wouldn't let him stay in his own father's house. She said, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell the damn truth and shame the devil. I had to find shelter for him, plus send him money because he had no money for food. So stop the damn lying, Alicia, and trust, there's more. And oh no, you're not gonna get away with this. You are fake and phony and the truth is coming. So you can do whatever you please, sweetie, but it won't help you. When the world finds out the truth about you, I'll put a stop to all this bullcrap that you're trying to set yourself up for. You all have preyed on my brother since day one, and now he married you knowing he should not have. And stop telling people that you were with my brother before Whitney. He never married you then because you were a groupie. And like I said, at first I was humble and innocent in calling you, and I really wasn't trying to speak with you. I got it from a reputable source that saw and watched you come in the door following my brother. So I know it all now. But yeah, you ain't worth the dirt the world walks on daily. And you know why I'm saying this too. And I don't care what you think now because the respect is long gone because you violated my mother and my father. So your chicken neckhead ass face gets no respect from me. And hell no. Bobby can love you all he wants, but I have to be me and keep it real. I'm not in this to be fake and phony, so I don't have to look towards a check or some money. I'm gonna always keep it 100. Leola Muhammad Brown. And child, this tea just got a lot hotter because it seems that Leola Brown, y'all thought she was sitting back not doing nothing. Sis has been doing her own research and investigation, and she's came up with other things that she was unaware of and brought it out to the public. Yeah, I'm just not finding out that my own brother doesn't even own his daughter's Serenity house, and Alicia is literally the whole damn reason my niece couldn't even spend 2 minutes with her father. And this was right after her own mother was murdered. I don't know what's wrong with my brother. They got him so messed up, man. They came straight in my family with all of this conquer and divide madness. She stated that at that time she was only concerned about Whitney and Bobby Christina, and she said hell, they don't have their own lives anymore because of all of these demonic people. I wish somebody would say anything to me. They better stay clear away from Leola. This all is just so fucking sickening. The more I learn, the more I'm exposing because they won't stop. They are some damn greedy wolves just out to take everything from my family. If my brother would stand up and face the truth, none of this shit would be happening or even continue to happen. I know my mother, father, Whitney, and Chrissy are all turning in their graves. And shout out to Leola Brown. Sis, I definitely feel your pain. But we must not forget, we have to pay attention to that little creature creeping quietly in the corner. And y'all know, Leola Brown claimed that Pat Houston was the one who wanted to pull that plug on Bobby Christina. And just like y'all should know by now, Pat Houston was the one who was at that hotel with Whitney Houston when she was murdered. Allegedly, Leola Brown unleashed a furious rant against Pat Houston, accusing her of wanting Bobby Christina to die. And y'all, please don't cry. I'm about to spill some tea because Leola went on to say that at the time when Bobby Christina was on her deathbed, that Pat wanted so badly and had the nerve to sarcastically say to Bobby Brown, why don't you just pull the plug on Bobby Chris because it's costing too much money to keep her alive. And for those of you who doubt Leola Brown's statement and information and allegations against Pat Houston, I am begging the viewers, please please do not be foolish, because y'all remember when Houston was caught on tape talking trash about Whitney and Bobbi Kristina. So I know for a fact, and this is all allegedly, but I know this for a fact, that this is not too far-fetched. And I actually believe Leola. And if you guys didn't know, that tape was actually released by Pat Houston's stepson, Jonathan Houston. And when that tape was actually released, it put a light on Pat Houston, and it showed me how I thought she really felt about Whitney and Bobbi Kristina. And when I tell y'all this tea is about to get a little bit more hotter, pull up, hold your cup up, and let me pour. Because Jonathan Houston made an open letter to Pat Houston. And it was addressed to the Grinch who stole Chrissy, obsession, jealousy, and greed. And this was his open letter to the Houston family. And in my opinion, Jonathan read her as like the Webster's Dictionary. Jonathan Houston stated to Pat Houston in this open letter, guys, I am light. Where there is light, there shall be no darkness. The first step to loyalty is respect. In short, my stepmother of 20-something odd years, Pat Houston, has single-handedly convinced me that she's actually a psychopath and a master manipulator who was willing to demolish anything in her path to gain control of the proverbial throne for my fortune of my Aunt Whitney Houston, thus my cousin Bobbi Kristina Brown. Jonathan went on to say in his open letter that Pat Houston should be investigated. He asked her to please step down and relieve herself of all duties pertaining to the estate of Whitney Houston. This open letter serves as a petition to the prior. And then to my observations of this open letter, it appears that Jonathan went a little bit more deeper. He stated that he's been mauling for years. He asked himself, why? Am I tripping? Perhaps overthinking? I decided to move on until Christmas Day of 2017. I would clearly heard my stepmother, Pat Houston, speaking of herself in an astronomically unparalleled base. And then regarding my lovely 20-year-old sister Rihanna's live Instagram on Christmas Day. As I continued to listen to the conversation that Pat was having with her cousin, I became shocked to hear the negative tone in which she was speaking of my transitioned Auntie Whitney and my cousin Chrissy, of whose fortune and names that she continued to enjoy and boast and profit off of. According to Georgia's one-party consent wiretapping law, it takes a crime to secretly record a phone call or an in-person conversation originating in any private places unless one party of the conversation consents. In the original audio, we were all aware of the live broadcast. My sister was asking specifically, are you live? To which Pat nodded. She said yes. In addition, the private conversation was no longer private. It was on Instagram. I was shocked not only on Christmas, but in the very house you know who purchased it and also payrolled. Misleading isn't the contradicting the loving, peaceful, empathetic demeanor that Pat has portrayed to the world. I was somewhat relieved knowing Pat to me, her actions and her manipulations have always painted her Christmas Day words. On a world stage, though, aside from her self-proclaimed productive relationship with the deceased, and then her character has always been flawed based on my observation, stated Jonathan. I am by no means perfect, and I haven't always been in or around the fishbowl. I don't, however, manipulate and exploit family members to and beyond their death. That cannot be tolerated. Growing up in and so far from the Houston fishbowl, as Pat refers to it, stands a silent rule to remain loyal, respectful, and mouth shut about anything that doesn't keep that fishbowl clean. Honey, Jonathan done read this girl to the gods. Now let's get a little taste of what Pat Houston actually said. And guys, this audio actually exists. It sounds horrible, but if you can put it together and just listen closely, you can hear how it's just beating on Whitney, making her choices that she made for Bobbi Kristina as a mother. And she's comparing herself as a mother to Whitney. This is pure jealousy. Now let's listen to what Leola has to say about Pat Houston.
I do not have any respect whatsoever for Pat Houston. Pat is a manipulator from the door, Well, she may have earned Whitney's trust in the beginning, but Whitney was not fond of her. We all know that. She was not close to Whitney.
And she had a Fab Five that no one really knew about, which was CeCe Winans, Kim Burrell, Sherelle Norton, myself, and Whitney. We were the Fab Five.
I say that because I have information, I have evidence, I have knowledge of who Pat really is. I just told her that Whitney was going to harm her from the way. Use your range. You know, this is not something that just happens. Okay? This is going to reconnect. But Pat has something to do with it.
And you guys heard clearly, Leola stated that Pat Houston had something to do with it. She had something to do with Whitney Houston's death, and I totally agree. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.